Hi, this is Captain Al Lorenzetti for skimmeroutdoors.com and Trophy Fishing Tackle, Ramsey Realtors, and Bergen Bay Docks. Bringing you the weekend update and fishing forecast. This for the weekend of September 30th, October 1st, and 2nd. Talking about the weather, it's just gruesome. It looks like, Friday's definitely a blowout. Saturday, wind's going to drop down 10 to 15, gusts to 20, but rain. That's pretty bad, but if you're really dedicated and you want to go fishing, sure, I guess you can. And Sunday, it looks like it's going to be a decent day, 5 to 10. Still some seas left offshore, so I don't think it's going to be offshore, this weekend at all. But certainly inshore on Sunday should work. And also, fishing's been pretty bad, to tell you the truth. Guys who ran offshore the last time we had a weather break didn't do much. A couple of small yellowfin, a couple of mahi, that was about it. Some reports, little reports of striped bass kind of filtering in, some smaller fish, on clam chum and stuff like that. Once in a while, somebody gets lucky and there's a bunker pod and a fish on it around Fire Island. But the fish are definitely, the bass are moving our way. They're catching off of Mauritius and Shinnecock, so I expect within a week we're going to start catching some, decent fish here around Fire Island on the bass front. In the bay fishing, there's still a few weak fish around. A lot of them are moved out. There's some, small weak fish and a couple of bigger ones along the beach on the outside, but, that's unreachable basically this weekend. But inshore here in the bay, even up on the north side around the Babylon Pool, over by bayshore, blowfish and kingfish. I mean, if you want to have a good meal, blowfish are just awesome. Kingfish are good too. If you get the larger ones, they're great eating. A little bony, but if you get a decent sized one, you fillet, it's beautiful meat. But put over a chum pot with clam, little piece of clam on the hook, and you're going to catch some really good fish for the table. I plan to do it the next time I can get out and it's not like rolling 3-4 feet down the bay. Basically that's the fishing report. There's not a lot going on and the weather is horrible. It's against everything. So we're going to wait it out. And hopefully this northeaster that's going on, all this east wind, will finally clean out the bay and get rid of some of that crummy looking water that we've had. On a sad note, I want to mention the passing of Bob Antolini Sr. Bob was just a great guy. I know him for more than 40 years. We used to fish. I mean, when we fished tuna fish back in those days before the money tournaments, he would get on the radio. He'd call me in. I'd get on the radio. I'd call Bob in. And he was just like a great guy. It was all about the fishing. It wasn't about the trophies. It wasn't about the tackle, that you could win or the money. It was just about fishing, camaraderie, and friends. I fished with him up in Gloucester for giant tuna. He and his kids, the family, the weasel, the boats he had. Just great people. He's one of that generation. It was sad to see him go. I love the guy. He's an awesome fisherman. He made a mark on the fishing community all these years, and the most gracious guy that you ever could imagine, So very sad. I'll miss Bob tremendously. And I wish my condolences to his family, but there's a passing of a great one. Moving on. The Tobay in-boat boat show is going on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over at Tobay. All the local boat dealers are going to be there. It's going to be great boats, all kinds of different boats. Actually, this week I did a test run on the Maritime Skiff down at Suffolk Marine for Jimmy Lettieri, and that's a great boat. They have a 23 and a 21. That's going to be there. You got to take a look at that boat. And I think you really like it. But Whitewater's going to be there with some great contenders and, Suffolk Marine with the regulators and all those beautiful boats, all the stuff that I like, those big center consoles, awesome boats. And anyway, I guess, let's see, what else did I forget? I guess that's about it. It's a pretty tough weekend. Forget the fishing. Go to the boat show, work on your boat, fix your tackle, take your girlfriend out or your wife out and go have dinner and forget about the fishing and wait for next week. Fishing will be better than weather will be too. So there it is. Deal with it. Get out there if you can. I think Sunday might be fishable, and get out there, have a great time, catch them up.